Welcome everyone to the Importance of Philosophy Part 9. I'm Lucas Clay, and I'll be reading mostly verbatim from the website importanceofphilosophy.com. The information is copyrighted by Jeff Landauer and Joseph Rollins, and the video was made by me with their permission. Our first topic today will be deduction. Deduction is the mental process of forming conclusions based on premises. The conclusions must follow directly and necessarily from the premises. An example is the premises: the house is white, I own the house. From this we can conclude that I own a white house. Deduction is useful in combining knowledge to form new knowledge. It is a form of analysis that creates new insights. Deduction is an act of integration. It combines two related premises and identifies the new integration. The new idea must obey the law of identity. The means by which a proper deduction takes place is logic. It requires a clear, non-contradictory identification of the conclusion. Our next topic is induction. Induction is the mental process of taking particular facts or instances and generalizing them to form new ideas. It is also called abstraction. The process omits particular details of the instances and integrates based on a criteria or set of criteria. A yellow pen, a blue pen, and a red pen can all be integrated under the criteria of being a pen. The colors are omitted, since they don't have relevance. A black book, a black sofa, and a black telephone can be integrated under the criteria of being black. The other aspects of each object's nature is omitted. Our next topic is focus/volition. Man's thinking is volitional. It requires choice. Thinking is not automatic. The use of reason to integrate percepts into knowledge, or knowledge into more abstract knowledge, does not happen on its own. It is a process that takes effort. Man must focus on what he is doing. He must act. Focus applies to perception, since man can choose to ignore his senses. He can focus on something else. When we daydream, we often ignore our immediate surroundings. Additionally, there are degrees of focus. We can look at a friend and recognize her, but we can focus even more on particular features, such as her eyes or hair. Focus is especially important in the realm of ideas. Since man's entire base of knowledge, including one's memories, is readily available, his choices of thought are wide open. The mind could easily wander from topic to topic like a bored TV watcher with a remote control. Focus is required to stay on a topic and think deeply. Our next topic is evasion. Evasion is the act of willful suppression of one's knowledge of reality and the acting upon that knowledge. This self-destructive act is perpetrated constantly by those who are slaves of the false primacy of consciousness premise and are trying to act upon their feelings without regard to the validity or source of those feelings, or what the likely consequences will be. Just as man can choose to think, he can choose not to think. Or more specifically, he can choose not to focus. Man can choose to avoid a particular topic or idea. Guilt, for instance, can make a man want to avoid thinking about a particular topic. His mind can focus on something else, which is the equivalent of changing the topic of a conversation. Man can also choose not to thinking rigorously. Instead of making the effort to integrate ideas, he can choose not to. He can stay focused on particulars and avoid the task of understanding. And our last topic for today will be context. Context is the idea that a statement or thought has meaning in relationship to its setting or background. The statement "I flew to New York" would be nonsensical without the knowledge of airplanes. Context refers to the information that is required to make the statement meaningful. It is the supporting information that is taken from the setting. In grade school, children learn to try to identify the meaning of a word through the context of a sentence. This is useful because the words in a sentence are connected to the other words by the meaning of the sentence. Often the meaning of the sentence can be determined without understanding each word. In this case, we can make a reasonable guess at what the word is supposed to imply. An example is, since the man was blank, he could lift the entire crate by himself. If, in the blank spot, an unknown word was placed, one might be able to surmise that the word means strong. Ideas require certain conditions in which they are meaningful and valid. These conditions are the context. Understanding the context provides important information about the meaning and applicability of an idea. Thanks for watching everyone. Lucas Clay saying goodbye for now.